What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the top counters versus the new legendary raid boss being added into the game, known as Terrakion. On November 26th, this Pokemon will begin to spawn, but something interesting about this Pokemon is that it has so many weaknesses. So instead of just covering it as like general counters that you would want to use, why not go ahead and do that and go ahead and cover it on a per weather boost basis? Because believe it or not, depending on the weather, certain Pokemon actually get moved to the top of the pile versus other ones, and I thought would be very interesting. A lot of people have actually made that suggestion to me in the past to go ahead and consider that. So today, that's actually what we are going to be doing. Before we get into the actual content, I have a sponsor for today's video known as Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a turn-based RPG done right for both iOS and Android users. And if you haven't heard about this game, it is a ton of fun and has an amazing storyline, awesome graphics, PvP battles, and so much more. And the best part, it's free. This game is growing in popularity and is on the top 3 ranked RPGs on Google Play Store, and it has also just been nominated as a finalist for the Google Play's Best of 2019 Users' Choice Awards. In this game, there are more than 400 champions to collect and personally customize. And if 400 is not enough for you, they add in 16 new characters monthly to the game. My personal favorite is Gallic. I love the way that the model looks, but the further you look into this game, you realize there is just so much depth, especially centered around the different characters. Go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and 1 free champion known as the Executioner. This package will only be available for the next 30 days. Good luck, and I will see you there. Let's go ahead and talk about Terrakion from a general raid perspective, and then we'll dive into the weather boost specifics. So generally speaking, Mewtwo is going to be a solid option. Regardless of Psystrike or Psychic, they end up being at the top of the list, but of course Psystrike is going to be the number 1, and then Psychic is going to be the second best performer as far as the movesets are concerned. If you do not have a Mewtwo, we're going to go ahead and go down the list. We've got Metagross, but you are going to have Meteor Mash in that case. And then moving down further, we have Alakazam, but once again, you are going to have a legacy move of Alakazam with the move Psychic to be in one of the top performers. And then another legendary Pokemon known as Latios was in Headbutt and Psychic. And moving down further on the list, if you are interested in a budget option, Espeon is easily going to be the best option to go with, of course, with the move Psychic, because Psychic ended up getting buffed. It's now better than a lot of other Psychic type movesets, so yes, definitely go with Espeon if you don't have more of the exotic Pokemon on this list. So now let's go ahead and take a look at it on the per weather perspective, and also including the friendship bonus of best friend added into these damage results. So when we take a look at the sunny weather, we're going to actually see a lot of grass type Pokemon being added into this list. Roserade is going to dominate from that grass typing, but we're also seeing like Venusaur, Groudon, and Breloom. Groudon in there as like a pseudo grass type just because it is going to be using Solar Beam in this case. But when we go ahead and take a step back, we're seeing Mewtwo in the list and Metagross in the list, and that's going to be a fairly common thing throughout the different weather situations. Now let's go ahead and move on to cloudy weather. We're seeing new Pokemon such as Machamp, Hariyama, Gardevoir, and then of course Togekiss. But like I said before, Mewtwo and Metagross are still going to be remaining there, but Machamp is going to be a solid option during that cloudy weather just because it is such a great fighting type Pokemon. You can go ahead and attack Terrakion from that rock typing. It is going to be weak to the fighting type because of that. And then when we move into rainy weather, we're seeing new Pokemon like Kyogre, Kingler, Swampert, and Feraligatr. So a lot of new Pokemon in this situation. I think Kingler is kind of an interesting kind of spot because it isn't going to have any type of exclusive move or anything like that. So that's going to be kind of the budget option that you would want to go with. Now let's go ahead and move on to the 2 other weather situations. The first one is going to be windy. So for windy, we're seeing a lot of those Psychic type Pokemon kind of being added in. Like I said, Alakazam is taking that number 1 spot, but that's with Psychic. That is, of course, a legacy move, so just kind of keep that in mind. Then we have other Pokemon like Latios, Espeon, and then even Exeggutor. But Exeggutor is going to have a legacy move to be able to do well in the performance. But hey, we've got Mewtwo, we've got Metagross, so when in doubt, go with those 2 for sure. And then finally, what about that snowy weather? Not as common where I live, but hey, let's go ahead and cover it. We've got Metagross actually taking on the number 1 position in this specific case over Mewtwo. That is really cool. So if you live in a part where it is going to be snowing fairly often, Metagross is going to be a solid one to use. Then of course Mewtwo, we got Dialga, that's going to be a new one. Excadrill, that is a new one as well. So very excited about it, and I really do like taking a look at it on the per weather perspective. Hopefully you did enjoy it. So that just about wraps up the video. I want to know what you think about Terrakion in the comments section below. Also, what Pokemon are you excited to use versus Terrakion? For me personally, I'm so excited to use a Meteor Mash Metagross in this place. But anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments section below, and I will see you next time. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.